Hello everyone, my name is Zachary John Willis. First and foremost, I am Christian. I'm 23 years old. I currently work at McDonald's. I wanted to start this channel / page for people that have questions about, what it's like to be in a mental hospital or what it's like to have schizophrenia. I would say first off, I would say if you know you're really not doing good and you think everything is just not feeling right and everything's out of whack and life is just having a lot of obstacles / like problems and you're just in your head too much, don't be hesitant to tell somebody that you trust and somebody that you could talk to, because I feel like that would have helped me a lot. But granted, I'm here today for who I am, and I wouldn't trade who I am right now in the world for anything. A lot of things I prayed for happened, and still I pray for things, but a lot of things that happened to me kind of shaped who I am today. Something I love doing is I love talking to my family. I'll play Xbox sometimes. I really like and enjoy guitar. I really hope that I can be a musician one day or an artist and, just make music and just be like really gifted at that. I enjoy sports, but I just think making music sounds a lot better. Like you make your own style, you are your own wave. Literally, don't drip or drown. So, so I just want to say, yeah, talk to somebody if you know you're not doing good. And, when you go in these hospitals, these people or some of them, I'm not going to say every single hospital is the best experience. When you go there, say hi to people. Don't be to yourself too much. Even the patients, sometimes it might be a little weird, but to me, I believe some of them are there for you just as much as the people that work are. So just, talk to people. Don't be too shy about your problems. I personally, sometimes, recently I've been thinking that I only really went there, not only, but like a big thing why I went, I think it was because I needed to mature, and in my life, I'm maturing a lot right now. Life is crazy and it's different for everybody, I believe. And here's a new shirt I got. I really like it. But yeah, I really like guitar. I like seeing that song by Juice WRLD, Righteous. That song is just amazing. Music I listen to would probably be pretty normal things that, pop country or I'll listen to hip hop. I like to listen to rap sometimes. Today I listen to a lot of it. I like to go on walks. I went to my men's night today at church. The men there really just put the confidence in me when it's needed sometimes, I believe. So I would say if you're not going to a church, you should go to one. If you don't want to go to a church, just try to stay around people, Don't be to yourself too much unless you have a medical condition. Like I have one, and I had to learn things that I could not do, or things I should or should not do. But yeah, I would say, eventually every time you go in, maybe try to self-reflect a little bit and just tell yourself, or, I think journaling is really good. I believe that is that's probably a quarter of the reason I figured out who I am. When I say that, I don't know, I used to be super involved in things, and when I would only do certain things, I love sports, but I thought if I was the best at this, then everything else would just fall in line. And for me, that never worked. I found out life is not all one thing. If it's anything, it should be to glorify God. Be a follower of Christ. I believe that is something that is very strong. And the reason I say that is, I believe Christ was the only person with me sometimes while I was in the hospitals. And I'll go as far to say I know that because, I've had times where I was in the hospital and I would think of Christ and certain things would happen. And like stuff I would think of would start happening in real life. And like say like the one time I thought of like a girl dancing, and this girl just started dancing as we were all outside in our like at the hospital. Sometimes you'll go outside and everybody will just chill out and talk a little bit. Sometimes you play games, and you know, they give you food, but I would say try to eat fruit while you can, especially if you're a big guy like me. I'm only like 5'9", too much out of weight problems. I mean, I feel like I'm super huge, but in reality, a lot of people say I look like I got muscle, and I feel super weak. But you know, it's something you gotta do as well. I've always had, not always, but ever since I tore my ACL, like my life just changed very quick. But yeah, I would say just if you're in the hospital, number one tip I would give is to not be too conceited. Like, don't be to yourself too much. Just, you know, say hi to people, even if you really don't. Because when I was there, I didn't want to talk to anybody at least 6 or 7 times, and I was there about 15 times. So I'm not telling you have to talk to somebody, but I'm just saying if you go in there every single time and you feel like you're never going to talk to nobody, then it might not work out for you. At least for me, that's something that just did not work out. Yeah, I really found out stuff that I liked and stuff that I deal with. Like, for example, I love watching football. I love everything about football. But when I tore my ACL, it changed the way I looked at life. And it was probably the best thing ever, because if I would have been a star at sports, if I would have been, then I probably would have been the cockiest person ever. And I believe God humbled me by not doing that. But yeah, that's something else. And like another thing that opened my eyes was guitar. I just always thought it was cool, but I was like, dang, I'm never going to do that because that takes so much work. Oh my goodness. I thought being 18 was kind of old. I'm 23 and people tell me I'm a baby all the time. And I wish that I could just replay that. Like, wish I had a lot of video of everybody telling me I'm a baby in one video so I could watch it and just realize that, you know, I'm not saying count every single tomorrow, but don't be so doubtful on your life. If you know that you like something, try it. You know, don't think, well, I'm not going to try that because it takes too much work, or they're just naturally gifted, which, don't get me wrong, there's been things I'm naturally good at, but 99% of the time, when you're naturally gifted, is when you put a lot of work in, like a lot. Most of the time, that's how it works, I believe. I really just wanted to come on here and hope I could get a couple people. I mean, I wish I could tell everybody that, you know, life is going to be peaches and cream, but it's not. Like, you know, I'm working at McDonald's and I don't even like it. It's my second day. And I'm not the laziest person. I mean, I'll be lazy sometimes, but it's just, life is work. It sucks. And I feel like I wish somebody would have told me that. Also, you got to try to take the good and the bad, which means don't be so fixated on yourself too much, because I did that, and that's my opinion. Don't be too fixated on yourself. But, you know, try to look at things on the bright side. That helps me. When I was at work the other day, I realized how much things, maybe not how much things, but maybe I realized that some of the things that I did over time while working were like almost blessed in a way. Not almost, like they are. Example. When I had a job, I worked at Dairy Queen, and I would stock the store sometimes. And really, that's a lot. Like, it's not easy, super easy. It's kind of hard. It's harder work. It's not super hard, but it is not easy. And when I just went to McDonald's, I saw that they have like stocks, they have like shelves that are on a pulley system. And it's like, dang, I feel a lot more appreciative seeing that somebody did this and I didn't have to do it. But, it makes, not even just that I don't have to do it, but it made me feel like I appreciated that more. And that's something I wish I did a lot more. I would say appreciation comes with time, and I would say that, I would say when you fully appreciate something is when you have lived it. It's almost like you have to experience it and live it in order to appreciate it to a full appreciate. Like, not everything I super appreciate, and this as well, to feel grateful is not, it's not the same with everybody. I've experienced, at least that's my opinion. I think that if you're going to feel grateful for something, that's a great thing. You should you should hold that dear to your heart because, that's how you were made. I believe God made you that way. I believe that if you're super grateful for something, think about it. Let it be, that should bring happiness thoughts. That's something that the hospital is going to try to show you. They're going to say, hey, we want to see him around people, and we want to see him, rejoice in love and just love life more. You'll have these things called groups, and don't be too shy, because at first I was super shy, but then once I started realizing these people just really made me, feel like, I'm a person and somebody cared. And really, the almost every day that goes by, the more I think, like, the little things really do matter in life. And your mom and dad, if you're grateful to have one, like I am, then you should just tell them thank you and, give them a hug. Even if you don't see things eye to eye right now. You might not ever. There's things about some of my family members I don't love with all my heart. Like, I might think, well, why do they do that? But you know what? They're still there for me. And family's not only people that are just in your same bloodline. Like, I have friends I would die for because I love them. I just love them. And I feel like that's very natural, and that's something you should have in your life. And also, I think that you should, for myself, super recently, I always used to just get so mad. Like, why do my friends never talk to me? And I think it's because they matured a lot quicker than I did. And if you're going to the hospital and you're a late mature, or even if you're somebody that matured really quick, everybody has a different path in life. Not everybody is the same. It's not going to be peaches and cream. If it is, tell me where you live, because the only place that I imagine, which is told by the good Lord upstairs, is in heaven. And I believe that with all my soul, that I have Christ alive in me. And I think that if you pray to Christ, he is going to listen to you, and he will always listen to you. He knows what's going on in your life. And just please open up to somebody. That's all I had to say. I want to end this with a couple questions. 1, have you been in a mental hospital? If so, comment on this video. 2, if you have any questions, just comment a couple questions that you'd like to hear from me, or things that happened that you would like to have insight on, or that you would like to know about me. Hopefully I'll be on here for a while, and hopefully my fat butt will lose some weight, because my face is bigger than the Empire State Building right now. But yes, just have a great day and get some sleep if you're watching this at nighttime. All right, bye-bye.